I'm pissed. I hate this book. Hi guys, we're back. Georgie's joining us for a little bit, probably. We are getting straight into part 3 of Call It What You Want. My final thoughts over the last part of this book, and then my thoughts overall of the book. Okay, if you've seen the first 2 videos, first video, I was not feeling it at all. I wasn't liking the writing, too many pop culture references, wasn't liking the love story. Like, I wasn't understanding what we were supposed to be feeling. In the second part, I got a little bit more of like, okay, we met this other guy, he seems to be treating you nice, but then we ended up sleeping with our ex again. I don't know. And the writing was still doing too many pop culture references. Wasn't really loving the writing. Like, we weren't getting the details I wanted to get. So how do I feel about part 3? Let's get into it. Also, sorry if it's distracting. There's this giant dog next to me. Anyway, so this is chapter 20 through the end of the book. Where we left off, she had told Reese she loved him, and then she slept with Ethan. And yeah, what the heck, girl. So I was pretty irritated because I don't know what she sees in Ethan, so I'm not understanding why she keeps going back when she clearly has this good thing with Reese. But we start out this part where she tells Reese the truth. A month later, she tells Reese that she slept with Ethan. He obviously breaks up with her. And I wrote down a page where I want to read y'all. I wrote period. No, it was the friend. It was Ethan's friend who said something that I wanted to read. He calls their relationship toxic, and she says, we're not toxic. And he says, you're missing the point. Did you talk to Ethan? Is he ready for a relationship? She says, well, no. And he says, exactly. So you're right back at square one. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have broken up with Reese because clearly you didn't want to be with him, but you don't have to go back to Ethan. You can be alone or meet someone else too. You know that, right? Period. Because why are we going back to this loser? Like, okay, she told Reese she loved him, slept with Ethan, told Reese the truth. He broke up with her. Well, she kind of broke up with him. She kind of just like walked out. But she had like realized that she didn't love him. Like, she realized like she liked him. He was nice to her. He was good to her. But it wasn't this like exciting love that she was clearly feeling with Ethan for some reason. But her friend was like, hello, like, you don't have to be with, there's more than these 2 people in the world. Like, sure, you didn't love Reese, but like, that doesn't mean you have to go back to Ethan, because what is Ethan giving you? Like, there's a reason you were with Reese, you know what I mean? So I really liked that he said that. So then Ethan is gone. They plan to spend Thanksgiving together because he hasn't told her that he doesn't have a family, but she kind of knows that. So she's like, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? He's like, nothing. She's like, same. Her mom had called and was doing something else. So she's like, I'm just gonna be here. And they're like, okay, cool. We'll spend Thanksgiving together. Like, that's cool. Right? Well, then like 10 days before Thanksgiving, he tells her like, hey, I'm actually gonna go home. Doesn't invite her, which is like how they met. They met in that town. Doesn't invite her, goes by himself, disappears, does not text her the entire time. Okay, I have page 180 written down with an eye roll emoji, and it said, Jesus Christ, he hates her. So let me just get to that point so I can show you what I was thinking. So he gets home from this trip where he's disappeared, and she's in the kitchen and she's cooking, I'm pretty sure, for him, and she's like there to surprise him and to like be there, and his roommate let her in, and she says, Noah let me in, like, I'm cooking here, blah blah, figured it'd been a long day, we'd hang out. And he goes, not only am I this is his POV, he goes, not only am I slightly annoyed that she invited herself over, but also that she's here in general. I just got done sweating my ass off at the gym in the air conditioningless subway. I was looking forward to a quiet apartment and an ice cold shower. I forced myself to smile and I walked to the kitchen. Thanks, you didn't have to do this, I say. I'm all sweaty, so I'm gonna shower before I eat. You can start though. I continue to the bathroom without turning back to look at Sloane because I know I'll see disappointment in her face. She means well, and I appreciate the effort, but sometimes it's just too much. I take an extra long shower to try and bring my mood back up, but it still feels just as shitty afterwards. If you hate her, just say that. Just say that. Just say that. He hates her. And that's what I'm not understanding. He's like annoyed by her presence. He's annoyed by her presence just being there after a long, difficult day. After a long, difficult day, you should be excited to see your partner. Sure, is it annoying sometimes? Like, I'm the type of person, like, I'm not in a relationship because I like my own space. I like being alone. I don't want to like have to come home to somebody at the end of the day. That's just like where I'm at right now. But if that's where you're at, you don't need to be leading people on, especially when you know you're leading them on. Then on page 191, I just have an eye roll emoji. So let me see what that one was. They're starting to have they're like having a serious conversation. They're laying in bed. I think they just finished having sex, but they're like laying in bed, and she like asked him a question, and his answer is like, clearly he's not sure about them, and she like gets upset. She starts to cry, so she like rolls over and with her back to him, and she's crying. Says, I try to hide my tears, but he notices and wraps me in his arms. somehow, even though he's the one making me feel bad, he's also the one who could make me feel better. I hate that. I hate that. I've had friends like that. He made you cry because he's unsure of y'all's future, but he gave you a hug while you were crying in his bed after he had sex with you, but he's still not sure about you. Like, girl, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. You guys, I'm over it. Oh, okay. I had things out of order. Him going home and ignoring her happened after that, not before that, but still, like, there was a point in time he came home, he was annoyed that she was there, and then they have this conversation, she's crying, and then he disappears. He bails on her. He meets his dad, which, like, I was like, oh, okay, maybe we're getting some substance here. No, we don't get any substance. We don't get any backstory. He meets his dad. He ghosts her. We don't really see what happens with his dad. Literally don't see him. So, like, still no context. Don't even give a... I don't even care about Ethan at this point. Like, what do we even... Why is he even a character? I don't know. Okay, so then I have page 210. What the fuck, girl, stand up is what I wrote. This part, you guys. He goes to her, right? So then he's like, I'm sorry, like, let's hang out, whatever. They're watching a movie, they have sex. Let's go to bed, blah, blah. He's like, I want to do you right here on the couch. So she says, so I let him fuck me on the sectional couch. We got off Facebook Marketplace. The entire time I try not to cry. Heartbreaking, right? Like, I can have sympathy for her. That's a horrible feeling. But so once we're done, we both lay there naked and completely still. Even though he was just inside me, he feels so distant. How can I miss him when he's right here? And then he has the audacity to say, is it okay if I sleep at home tonight? He wanted to just fuck her on the couch and leave, which is fine if that's what this is, but we all know that's not what this is. So she says, okay, and he leaves. Girl, stand up. I would be like, if you go home right now, never come back. As a matter of fact, just never come back. Even if you don't want to go home right now, after I've said that, never come back. I'm pissed. I hate this book. She ends up standing up. She kind of like realizes that she deserves better, but for some reason, he invites her over. She goes over, they're eating. Sorry if my dog's being too loud, but like, there's nothing I can do at this point. He breaks up with her. He just says like, I can't do this. And she drops the wine glass she's holding. It breaks, cuts her hand open. And she's like in shock, which I don't really understand because I guess, I mean, it's different. It's like one thing to know that this isn't going anywhere, but it's another thing for the other person to decide that it's not going anywhere. So I think that's why she was so in shock. But he like doesn't talk to her. They go to the emergency room. They don't talk the whole way. Yeah. And then it like, that's the end. Like she ends up like just living her life by herself, realizing she deserves better. She doesn't get back with Reese. Obviously he's dating somebody else at this point. Ethan doesn't want her. They move on with their lives. That's it. What? I think it was really good if I was like 19, had just gone through a breakup and like needed that, you know, like I think because I'm almost 30, like I already know all these things. I already know that like I don't have to choose one or the other. Like you can just be by yourself and be happy. So I don't know. It was okay. I think overall it was a fine story. I actually think I gave it 3 stars, but I think it kind of deserved 2 because like I think it was a good story for somebody who needed it. It was a nice ending, so I think that's why I gave it 3 stars. I don't even know if I gave it 3 stars. I think I did, but I think it should be 2 stars. I think it should be a 2-star read. So overall, I feel like the author didn't do a really good job of like showing me why he was so important. Like I get that she didn't end up with him, but I still would have liked more substance. Like I would have liked to feel what she was feeling. Like I know he's not treating her good, but I want her to still, like, it sucks that they can't make it work. This felt like, I don't understand why she keeps going back to him. Like, I didn't get it the whole time. So that was frustrating, and I think she could have ended up with Reese. I think that would have been nice as like a little like thing, but I appreciate Reese standing up for himself and being like, you slept with him, we're not together, and we're not going to get back together. I appreciate that aspect also, like him having respect for himself. But I don't know, it just wasn't a story for me, maybe, so that's why I gave it 2 stars. I really just want to know what you guys think. What did you think about Call It What You Want? Did you like it? Did it hit home with you? Am I missing something? Like, I know that there was like storylines between the characters, but I wasn't feeling what I wanted to feel. I think that was a huge part of why it didn't get a high rating for me, is because I want to feel when I read a thriller. I want to feel scared. I want to feel like the anticipation, the suspense, everything. with Call It What You Want, with romance, I want to feel the love. I want to feel the connection. I want to feel why they can't let this person go. Okay, I'm editing and I totally forgot to mention the next book that we're going to read. The Hunting Party. I'll put on screen which chapters. The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. That's the next read. So not the next video after this one, but the video after that, we will be talking about the first, like the beginning of this book.